Hi, I'm Bonnie Browning with the American Quilters Society, and here I am at AQS QuiltWeek in Paducah, and we have a lucky winner with us. Pat Kuhns from Lincoln, Nebraska is the second place winner in our miniature quilt contest. Congratulations, Pat.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Well, you know what? Everybody always wants to know what makes a miniature quilt. And so we know that it needs to be in total scale from the center to the edge,
Right.
don't we?
Yes, yes.
Well, and you did some fun things with your quilt that show that too. First of all, how big are the blocks?
The blocks are 2.5 inches.
Okay, and then you have that little tiny triangle sashing. How big is that?
3/16 actually.
Oh, and how'd you do that?
As I did the blocks, I kind of went to different sets, and I tried flying geese, and they turned out to be a little too big for the proportion. So I had to downsize, and I went to the half square triangles and put them on point, and that worked the best for me.
It did. And then, of course, you framed them with two tiny little borders. Tell us how you did that.
Very carefully.
Obviously.
I just was really careful and tried to just get them as small as I could, but I just sewed them on like I would a regular binding. They're just smaller. You know, you can adjust your needle to go smaller sometimes too. That's a little trick with us miniatures, that we like to move our needle over instead of doing it a 1/4 inch all the time.
Okay, do you know what? This is just a question I have personally, is that if I were doing that, and those are what, about 1/8 of an inch wide?
Well, they're a little bit bigger than that probably, but yeah.
Did you sew a bigger piece on and then trim it down?
No, those are all foundation piece.
Oh, really?
So my foundation is that small, and so I'm
Okay.
just putting little pieces, I'm just building it on foundation.
So those of you who are at home sewing, you know that foundation piecing a border is another nice trick for
Yes.
accuracy, isn't it?
Yes, yes. The whole thing is foundation piece for the most part. The blocks are foundation piece. And one of the things that made it more possible for the blocks to look crisp was the Japanese fabric that I use, the black, is a very tight woven, thinner fabric. And so when you go to press it, it's very crisp. And of course the batiks are always good at that. And so the combination of the two kind of gave it the dimension that I was looking for.
So that made it so that you didn't have a peak in the center of your stars, isn't it?
Right.
All right, then another thing that you added to it was a really tiny little piping. What's
Yes.
the secret there?
Well, I tried several things, but again, I wanted to do small scale. So I started getting out my crochet thread. And sure enough, I had a crochet thread there that was tiny enough that it suited my purpose, and larger yet than probably most people do with crochet, but I used that instead of pearl cotton. A lot of people use pearl cotton, but this worked better for me. It had a little more stability, I think.
And it was small enough to fill it nicely?
Yes.
And give you a nice little edge there.
Exactly.
All
Exactly.
right. Now, have you entered our show here at Paducah before?
Yes, I've had 4 quilts juried in here at Paducah.
Okay.
One didn't get a ribbon, and the other 2 got seconds, this one and another one, and then I had a third a few years back. So.
Well, and you know what? I know that people think it's really hard to enter, but now that we're doing all of that online, is that not easy?
Oh, much easier. I remember the days where we did slides. So yes, digital photography is wonderful, a wonderful improvement. So yes, it's not hard. You just have to follow instructions. They're very nice. You just call somebody if you don't understand it. They give you numbers, and so you say, well, is this okay? And you move on.
And they help you right through it.
Exactly, exactly.
And on our website now, you can fill out the form with all the information, upload your photos, upload a photo of you. We always ask for a headshot for the contestants, because all of the winners obviously go in our American Quilter magazine. And so these will be in the September issue of the magazine.
Okay.
And so we just encourage everybody to enter,
Yes,
right?
I would. I for sure encourage them to enter.
Well, congratulations.
It's been a wonderful experience for me, that's for sure.
Congratulations, Pat.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And we want to see more prize-winning quilts from you.
Okay, I promise.
All right. Enjoy AQS Quilt Week.